Yeah.
Oh.
It's me.
Yay.
Thanks.
We got this.
It's the floor direct. Do we know where they are? Oh, okay. Last chance to push your IBFs in.
Yeah, lessons
Or
like itch my ear too.
IFB.
Tonight on Elon Local News.
Growing Elon. Construction all over campus, new restaurants, buildings, and more. We'll show you what's new tonight.
How to keep employees from leaving Elon. We talked with University President Connie Book about that and about tuition and more.
It just feels like a needless cash grab.
Parking used to be free at Mill Point. Now it will cost you. We have details.
Those stories and more.
Elon Local News starts now.
Live from the Jane and Brian Williams studio at Elon University School of Communications, you are watching Elon Local News.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for our first Elon Local News of the year. I'm Manny Tifo.
And I'm Fiona McAllister. We begin the semester with an update of the reopening of a popular Elon restaurant.
Mediterranean Deli is now set to open in February or March of next year, according to the owner. Originally, it was scheduled to be open this summer. Med Deli's shut down its previous location on West Haggard Avenue over a year ago. Over Jamil Kadora is working with Elon University to reopen inside the former Acorn Coffee Shop location on Williamson Avenue. He says high costs contributed to the closing.
With COVID, with all this higher end and not be able to cater on campus like we want. We catered a little bit and then we didn't cater and all this issue happened.
Med Deli's Chapel Hill location had severe fire in late July. Since then, the restaurant has been operating out of a temporary location down the street. While repairs are happening at the Chapel Hill location, work is also ongoing inside the downtown Elon location to get customers ready.
Building is need to be brought to code for the county. Excuse me. The second thing is our to bring it to code. After that, to bring extra, for instance, extra power, extra air conditioning, extra hood systems.
Kadora says renovations will continue on the new Elon location for the next opening year. Elon News Network will continue to follow this story.
Acorn Coffee Shop is set to open in Belk Library to students, faculty, and staff on September 21st. Elon University Chief Facilities Officer Brad Moore says this is a project the university has been working on for a long time.
Yeah, I think for a long time the library itself had asked and thought that it would be a good idea to have some sort of food venue inside the library, but also to provide our visiting families the opportunity to grab a cup of coffee either before or after a tour, and just put a coffee shop more in the heart of campus.
When open, students will be able to visit Acorn Coffee on the first floor of Belk Library.
One of Elon's oldest residence halls got a makeover this summer. Students who have lived in Hook, Barney, or Brannock in historic neighborhood had concerns about the dorms' living conditions. Resident assistant of HBB, Kenley Bidwell, is in her second year of living in the building. She says the building has brand new bathrooms and a new laundry room, but still, she thinks more needs to be done.
I think there's kind of more to do everywhere in historic, but HBB, yeah, I think could use a little bit more work, but I do think that it's helps towards making it a better experience.
Bidwell hopes that freshmen will still enjoy the new living conditions compared to years past.
East Neighborhood is constructing a new common space. East Commons will be located at East Haggard Avenue and Oak Avenue. Sophomore and East A residence assistant says East Commons will be very beneficial to students.
I think a common space for them to all gather instead of gathering on one floor and like kind of bunching up would be a perfect place.
The three-story building will include 90 residential rooms, Res Life offices, and multi-purpose engagement areas.
Elon University's new health insurance plan, Student Blue, started August 1st. According to Dean of Students Jana Lynn Patterson, as of this morning, 525 students are enrolled under the insurance. Patterson says she cannot provide Elon News Network with a breakdown of students who were automatically enrolled because they missed the deadline to waive the student-provided insurance versus students who were enrolled by choice.
Stay tuned for this week's Phoenix 5-day forecast.
Campus traditions still to come. We'll see some of the first events the class of 2027 participated in together.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education. What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
You're watching Elon Local News.
For the first time, students living in Mill Point have to pay for a parking permit. Our Naomi Washington has the story.
Mill Point permits cost $160. According to Elon Police Chief Joe Lemire, the new Mill Point parking permit comes after he received multiple complaints from students living in Mill Point who were unable to park anywhere on campus without being ticketed.
And they were saying that The Mill Point is free, but I'm only allowed to park at Mill Point. So if I have to come back and park at Mill Point, but I still have to get over to Sankey Hall because I'm a business major, I can't make it.
As of this afternoon, 219 Mill Point permits were purchased, and 35 still need to be picked up. This compares to 264 permits picked up last year. Senior Matt Boyle is going into his second year of living in Mill Point. He says the additional parking isn't worth the price.
It just feels like a needless cash grab when in reality the parking permits was working fine for Mill Point up until this year.
Senior Maddie Johnson says she is asking campus police for a payment plan to ease the unexpected cost of the permit.
I've been working all summer and I've been trying to save that money. I know a lot of other students have too. And it's just something that wasn't expected, something that I didn't plan on.
According to an email from Mill Point neighborhood, cars without a parking pass will begin to be ticketed starting tomorrow. This email says ticket fines for parking in Mill Point without a pass have also increased from $50 to $100.
It was being violated enough times that we had to tell people, no, we're serious about this.
Naomi Washington, Elon Local News.
To pick up all student parking passes, visit Oaks Commons 106.
Over the summer, the U.S. Supreme Court overturned affirmative action. Our Naomi Washington sat down with Elon President Connie Book, where she says Elon was ready to embrace these changes.
Elon always had a holistic view on admissions, so we're looking at a holistic portfolio of students. So we will continue our practice in that. Our commitment to being enriched through a diverse class stays the same. We will follow the law, but we will use new tools to ensure that we're successful on that. We know it's critical for the learning environment. We benefit from, as a community, from the richness of different perspectives. It creates the kind of learning that we value. So we've created a holistic effort around admissions, and we'll continue to make those investments.
Will there be a tuition increase again this upcoming year, or does the university anticipate a rise in costs?
So Elon is tuition dependent, meaning that our budget is largely 97% generated from tuition and room and board. So it means that as costs increase, if we ever want to give anyone a raise or add a new service, that it affects tuition, it impacts tuition. Our goal is to always moderate that. We're proud of the fact that we run efficiently, so we're about 15,000 less than our peer set of other institutions. So we're able to provide strong outcomes, graduation, employment, and have the net cost for a student be less than our peer group.
Book says the Vice President of Finance and Administration works with a committee under the Provost to manage the university's budgeting for each year.
This Thursday, August 24th, is Elon's Fall Student Employment Fair. The fair is hosted by the Student Professional Development Center. Students can visit different booths to learn about on-campus and local employment opportunities. 24 employers are set to attend the fair in McKinnon Hall in the Mosley Center from 3:30 to 5 p.m. It is recommended to bring a copy of your resume to share.
Election season is rapidly approaching. The first Republican primary debate will be held this Wednesday, August 23rd. There are 7 candidates running for the Republican nomination, but only 6 will appear at this debate. Former President Donald Trump posted on social media that he will skip the debate. Students can watch together at 9 p.m. on the first floor of Mosley Center as a part of the university's Active Citizen series.
This year marks the 31st year of the Common Reading Book each summer at Elon University. Incoming students are expected to read the book prior to getting on campus, but Common Reading Committee Chair Paula Patch says though it is assigned reading, she thinks the worst thing students can do is to treat the book like a textbook.
Often, faculty and staff will look at it and be like, oh, this is a book I'm going to use in my classroom. And that makes it a textbook. But that is not how students are approaching this book in the summer. And I don't think they should.
This year's book is I Never Thought of It That Way by Monica Guzman. Freshman Amelia Brinson read the book over the summer and says it gave her a good perspective on starting college and meeting new people.
That's a big part of the book, is having conversations with people with different viewpoints or different opinions. And as a person who enjoys talking to other people, I think it also gives me some strategies that I can employ when I'm having more professional discussions, I believe.
For the first time this year, Elon piloted a program to give free online access to the book to freshmen through Moodle. Despite free access to the book, Patch posted on the platform X, formerly known as Twitter, that as of August 16th, 2/3 of incoming students had yet to access the Moodle page.
On the field, friends. Up next, a friendship on and off the field that is unbreakable for these two Elon athletes.
Move-in madness. Sophomores moving into Danley neighborhood experience moved-in madness. We'll hear from them when we get back.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on man, let's split a ride home.
You're watching Elon Local News.
Look at this week's weather ahead. We have our Rachel Hawley outside under the oaks.
Rachel, how's it looking out there this evening?
Thanks, Annie and Fiona. I'm out here under the oaks in this sunny summer weather. This week for your Phoenix 5-day forecast, on Tuesday we have a high of 92 and a low in the 70s. Wednesday and Thursday we have a mutual low of 66 and a highs within the upper 60s and low 90s. Friday has an intense high of 98 and a low of 74.
Attention.
On Saturday we have a high of 90 and a low within the mid-70s with some scattered thunderstorms in the evening. Perfect weather for your first week of classes. Thanks for checking in on your Phoenix 5-day forecast. I'm Rachel Hawley. Back to you in the studio.
Rachel Hawley outside under the oaks for us this evening.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
Senior staff members at left Elon University last academic year for roles at other institutions. Elon President Connie Book says she has a plan for the employee retention.
You mentioned retention and how Elon is working on employee retention efforts. And so what will those efforts include?
So we have a group brainstorming about ways to retain. And some of it is things like investing in professional development. So we started for our employees an early career institute that provides them ongoing professional development. They can earn certificates and other credentials that keep them engaged in lifelong learning. We also have one for mid-level employees and a supervisor series. So investing in their development is one thing they've said loud and clear.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic of retention, at several universities across the U.S., American, West Virginia, Thomas Jefferson, Temple, you can name any of them, presidents are leaving. So in terms of that,
You're talking about my retention.
well, I want to ask, do you have a timeline as far as your presidency?
I don't have a timeline. I will say that I'm in my 6th year, and because of COVID, it feels like faster, like I've lost a sense of time. There's still a lot I want to accomplish at Elon, so I'm here for a little while, at least, especially around Boldly Elon, which takes us through 2030.
Book says with the 2030 Boldly Elon strategic plan, Elon is slowly expanding with new common buildings and spaces for students and a slow increase of undergraduate enrollment.
Elon sophomores were given one move-in day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. This includes students living in 8-person Danley apartments. Sophomore Talia Sada said her move-in experience was more chaotic than her first year.
Last year it was really organized, like everyone had their own time when they got to move in versus, being in a Danley, we have a tiny parking lot. Everyone's move-in was the same. Cars are parked on the streets, causing traffic jam, which is really hectic.
With move-in, trash has built up around campus. Elon University notified students with signs on the campus that trash left in the halls will be a $25 charge per bag.
2 Elon athletes are using their friendship on and off the playing field. Our Mason Willett has more.
Our energies on the field bounce on and off of each other really well. Ashley is a very go type of player, and I kind of like to slow it down and see the field more, so we work really well together.
Sophomores Ashley Brio and Rachel Buckle have a connection that allows them to know where the other is at all times.
Ashley's going to be where I need her to be to put her where it has to go.
Buckle says she and Brio have never left each other's side since coming to Elon last season. Brio says they never let anything get in the way of their friendship.
Even if something was wrong off field, I feel like Rachel and I wouldn't take it onto the field, which I think is super important.
On the field, the two are a star duo. Head coach Neil Payne says he has seen Buckle grow since coming to the team, and she is already playing a large role.
It's a good, solid, steady performance every single game, and she certainly doesn't play like she's a sophomore.
Brio is coming off an impressive freshman season, winning all conference and all rookie honors. Payne says watching her succeed makes him confident in her abilities.
Ashley leads by example on the field, so there's always a high work rate in practice. Players notice that. Players feed off that.
The two now look to use their skills on the field to help lead the new team and keep the momentum going from last season. Mason Willett, Elon Local News.
Elon women's soccer has already started the season with 2 straight wins. The team is set to travel to play Longwood University this Thursday.
Freshman hopes. Coming up, we spoke to an incoming freshman about what they're looking forward to as they begin their college journeys.
Class of 2027 welcome, and we'll recap this year's move-in day for the class of 2027.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul,
estimated time 47 hours.
they will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out. Now you're talking. Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're watching Elon Local News.
Over 300 students identify as people of color. First-generation students make up 10% of the class, and the class is made up of 59% women and 41% men, which is the same as last year's ratio. Over 100 international students are in the class of 2027. The top 10 intended majors for the first-year students are psychology, marketing, biology, business analytics, finance, sports management, exercise science, nursing, elementary education, and entrepreneurship and innovation. North Carolina, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, and Connecticut are the most commonly represented states among first-year students.
New incoming freshmen and transfer students are already taking part in traditions. Students touched the Alamance bell inside the Alamance building at the beginning of the ceremony and collected an acorn symbolizing their growth at Elon at the end of the ceremony. Elon freshman Julia DeGenova says she felt the timing of the ceremony was meaningful.
I feel really welcomed. I think it's really nice that this school does it, especially during such a stressful weekend, because it really makes you feel more comfortable.
We got ours. All three of us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome you guys.
Elon freshman Jesse Sherrill says he appreciates receiving his acorn at the ceremony. He hopes to hold it on to during his time at Elon.
I think it's really special. I don't know, I just like the symbolism of the acorn to the growth to the sapling. And I'm definitely going to cherish my acorn and make sure I keep it safe.
This was the second year that convocation was able to occur under the Oaks without COVID-19 restrictions since 2019.
With the first day of classes tomorrow, we spoke to freshmen about what they're most excited about.
Meeting everyone in my dorm, my professors, and studying things I'm actually interested in.
Meeting new people and just the experiences that come from being away from where you've been for the first 18 years of your life.
Making new friends and definitely studying abroad.
I'm most looking forward to is the diverse body of students that come here, making a solid group of friends. And I'm from the Northeast. I've heard a lot of kids are from the Northeast, which is appealing to me. And beautiful weather, you know, back home. It's cold in wintertime. I heard November it's still in the 60s, which is amazing. So beautiful weather and beautiful campus, nice environment.
The Fall Organization Fair is held each year and is a way for students to explore how they can become involved in extracurriculars on campus. This year's org fair is set to be held this Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Come visit us along with 250 other organizations represented on campus in Young Commons.
Well, that's all the news we have for you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Head over to our website, elonnewsnetwork.com, for stories, sports, and more.
And be sure to follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
Come see us and hundreds of other organizations at Org Fair on Thursday.
Before we go, here's a look back at Move-In Day for the class of 2027.
We hope you have a great first day of classes.
Think about your own college move-in day. You're nervous, but you're also excited about being independent for the first time.
I'm just really excited to be with my roommates today. I'm really excited to get started, meet all my classmates, and just get started and get into the flow of Elon.
The instructions.
We're excited
I'm
and nervous.
super excited for it. A little nervous, but we're really excited. The welcome crew, when we came in, made it all exciting.
You flatter me. It's my job. What's that? Head down that way to the guy in the orange vest. Yep. No.